guys, okay, it's time for something wonderfully niche. I do like this song, it's a cool song. I've heard lots of different versions of it, but anyway, we're going to do our own version today. We're going to finger pick it. And it's fairly simple because it's just E minor to a D, to a B minor, to an A. And I'm going to use that version of A. So it's instead of using the 3 fingers in a row, I'm just going to bar it because of how quick that's going to be. It's easier for me if I do that. Alright, so let's get straight into it. Let's talk you through. So we're starting with E minor, moving my hand up, and we're going to pluck, we're going to pinch first. In fact, just before we get into it, quick reminder, you know me guys, I use my Pima finger, so thumb takes care of my bass notes, index in the middle on my G string, middle finger on my B string, and ring finger over there on my E string. Typically I would be leaning on my little finger over by the sound hole, but I'm just bringing it up so you can see what I'm doing. So I'm going to pluck with my thumb and my ring, because that's where that one rests naturally, because I got the 2 in the middle. Okay, so anyway, E minor to start with, first bar. And then if you have your E minor down, you're just really looking at the tab to see which strings you're plucking, because you don't have to worry about the numbers because you're covered. So you're going to go thumb and ring, then middle, index, thumb, index, middle. And it's all the same rhythm, so it's coffee, 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 coffee. Now by all means slow that down as slow as you need to go. And I will also say that this bar is very negotiable. You could do that differently, because this bar I'm not plucking anything of the tune. I could just be going, I could do any manner of finger picking patterns. Maybe I could go, be fine as well. So if you know another finger picking pattern that fits in 4/4 time, just for 1 bar, use that. If you're happy with that, use that. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. If you have no idea what I'm on about, don't worry, stick with what I've got here then. Alright, and then that next bar is the bit we all know, the tune, yeah? So we're gonna pluck with our thumb on the D string, and again it's our ring over there on the E. This is our love will tear us up. So it's all, most of it, not all of it, but most of it is on this E string. So it's with my, if I move that middle finger out the way, you can see. And then the last note's with my middle finger. And in terms of that hand, we're just doing D, and we're using our little finger to find the 3, taking it off to get back to the 2. Swearing at the audience, if that helps you remember, lifting off your middle finger, and your 3 is already covered by your ring finger over there. So a lot of coordination, but you can do it. So we're plucking thumb and ring, love, and then little finger, 3, 2, lifting that off, still ring finger, and then over to your middle finger. So love will tear us up. And in terms of rhythms, you've got a crotchet, so a long one, and then 2 quavers, but that one is a dotted one, so it's slightly longer. So what I advise you to do, in all honesty, is if you have a good ear, you probably do, you probably have a good ear, and you've heard the track a million times, rather than obsessing over that rhythm, just think, okay, so it's the love will tear us up, it's that part of the song. So as long as you can mimic that, you won't have to obsess over the rhythm. If you're completely thrown though, and you would prefer numbers from me, I fully admit, guys, not my strongest point, but I'll still do it for you. So we'd be going 1 and 2, see, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, hey, I did it. Let's do it again. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. That's probably as accurate as I'm going to get it, but at least you get the idea. Love will tear us up. So that's the important bar. So remember what I said. The first bar could be any kind of finger picking pattern, but this one, you got to do that if you want the tune. Alright, coming into the next bar, we're moving as quickly as we can into B minor, and we're coordinating this hand so that we can get over to the bass note. Sometimes I miss the bass note, more so on my A string in a minute. You'll see what I mean. But this one, not too bad, because I tend to say to my brain, B5 if nothing else, so it'll go to the power chord and then put that middle finger down. But B minor, so if you're new to B minor, you're barring 2nd fret, you're putting down an A minor shape. So that would be your A minor in open, going up once, going up twice, that's the one. And can you see I'm making sure that I'm not too far back, otherwise I'll get that. So I got to be sort of in the middle-ish, towards the end, to get a nice clean sound. It's different for everybody, but generally speaking, it won't be there where it works. You kind of got to settle your fingers into the frets to get a nice bar. The main thing is keep that straight, keep your thumb down. If your thumb's up here, can you see they've all gone squish? They can't get it. So thumb, it's almost falling off at this point, I must admit. I always say to it halfway down, but it wouldn't take much for it to, fall off and go through. So, and that just gives me a better clamp. Think of that bit. If I take it out, you can kind of see how bizarre my hand looks. But that's your clamp. That's your capo, if you like. So, waffled a lot about that. We're looking at bar 3 with that B minor. And we're plucking thumb and index together. And then going straight back to thumb, index, middle, index, thumb, index, middle. And again. So, it's all right. This is just me having a brain fart. Brain freeze. Okay, so thumb and index. Thumb, index, middle, index, thumb, index, middle. And again, the rhythm is all the same, so it's coffee, 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 coffee. And as I said before, top tip, when you're reading tab like this and you've got the chord down, there's nothing weird happening here, so it is just a case of put the chord down, look at the tab and just see what strings you have to plug. Then we're straight over into that A, so I'm just sliding that bar down. Did you see that? So that was my B minor. This part slides down just slightly so that I can get that open A if I remember to pluck it. And then it's the same picking pattern for that bar. So I know my A looks slightly sideways there. It should be a bit more like that, but it's okay if you end up slightly sideways. As long as you're catching it and it's nice and even, we're good to go. So that part, again, plucking the thumb and the index together. Then thumb, index, middle, index, thumb, index, middle, and again. And one more time for luck. Good, so all together then, if I go from my E minor, sometimes I play it like that, sometimes I play it like that, but it doesn't really matter, as long as you're holding it down and you can get to the next chord quick enough. Which one do I prefer? I think I'm feeling this one today, so here we go. I'll go nice and steady. Let's count you in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Because it really is the same all the way through this song. There will be little instrumental breaks that you can pop in if you prefer, which in my head I'm just thinking of like percussive bits of but up to you. With the version I do, I don't do that. I just keep it really, really simple. So let's see if I can go all the way through. Before I do that, I will just tell you, in the verses I go thumb, index, middle, ring, middle, index, thumb, index, and again, thumb, index, middle, ring, middle, index, thumb, index. Simply because that's one I know quite well. I don't really have to think about it. And also I want that distinction between the verse and the chorus, otherwise it's all going to sound the same and I don't want it to. And I also want to keep it fairly simple while I'm singing. That allows me to do that. So then the only time I would have to think is when I'm going into the chorus. And the rest of the time I can just zone out. So that's the plan. Let's see how far I get then, all the way through. And I'm going to move my hand back down there so it's nice and happy, but here we go. is this bedroom so cold? You turned away on your side. Is my timing that flawed? Our respect runs so dry. Yet there's still this appeal that we've kept through our lives. Love, love will tear us apart again. Love, love will tear us apart again. You cry out in your sleep, all my feelings exposed, and there's this taste in my mouth as desperation takes hold. Why is it something so good just can't function no more? When love will tear us apart again. 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 You know what? I've heard all kinds of people do this song and I just love it. And I don't think I'd ever properly listened to the words until I was teaching this the other day. And I just love it. What a great song. So I hope you enjoy it and treat it as a good excuse to practice a B minor, if nothing else. And thank you very much for watching. So I will see you all again in the next one. Take care, everyone. Bye.